SMT Nation, we back. We're going to be talking about a topic today that I think is important. It's a little bit current, but also forward-looking, kind of future look into what the carriers are doing. We gotta, kind of start this thing off by saying the carriers and the mobile network operators are really building a lot of capacity on the network, and they can afford to take on more mobile growth. The mobile customer is a profitable one. They're one with good margins, and T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T with their extensive capital expenditure spending, they're looking to recoup and recover and get that return of investment on all that spending. Okay, so up to this point, the thought process has been, when is the mobile market going to slow down? We have seen material growth across the board, with the exception directly at Verizon. T-Mobile grows, AT&T grows, and even big cable grows in terms of mobile service providers. Okay, so when is it going to happen? When are they going to slow down? There is growth from a very unusual place, like one we don't think about, and that is the business segment. According to Roger Etner, friend of the show, the president of Recon Analytics, said in his weekly podcast that there's a wide range of corporate customers that are either buying phones for employees or paying for employees' personal devices. Now, I will tell you guys, from a business standpoint, you probably don't want to use your personal device for business operations. So the better concept would be your employer purchases you an iPhone or a Galaxy or a Pixel or whatever phone you want. And then you have a dedicated line of service that they pay for as well. So what exactly is happening in the mobile network operator space? They're seeing growth. Well, what we're seeing is more of the mobile network operators, the pie of customers, the pool of customers is increasing. So everyone's seeing market share growth. Everybody's got a little bit of what's called SOGA, share of the gross ads. Okay, so business wireless is growing faster than consumer wireless for all three major carriers, according to financial analysts at Evercore. All right, so the question becomes, is this a bubble? In 2021, the assumption was this is a bubble. Everybody was working remotely. More and more people were at home or working from some other location other than offices, and people were more mobile than ever. But it looks like in that time frame, since 2021, mobile network operators have added a collection of 10 million new customers, doubling the 5 million that they usually average per year. So the industry folks, as Roger is saying, there's a bigger pie to take from. T-Mobile, AT&T, Comcast, Charter, and Comcast, we know is Xfinity Mobile, and Charter as Spectrum Mobile, continue to grow. Verizon is dragging a bit, right? But they grow through Comcast and Charter. They're seeing growth. There's another area too, folks. It's also young children. Children are getting lines now, especially with what has been going on with schools and parents feeling compelled to get connected devices for their children to be able to reach out to them, contact them, and communicate with them. We're seeing growth in that segment too. Okay, so between business wireless, as well as with kids becoming new customers on networks, we're seeing more and more customers added. Now the difference here is the business customer is a less profitable one. So you're seeing volume of net adds, but they're not as profitable. The ARPU is not as high on the business side. But you know what is really good about this is business customers pay their bill every month, right? If your churn rate is low and you're adding a lot of customers, that is music to a CEO's ears. According to John Stankey, the AT&T CEO, he says your ARPU, or average revenue per user, dynamics around business customers are going to be a little bit less than what they might be in the consumer segment. But here's the thing, you don't have to sacrifice consumer growth for the sake of business growth. You could do both. And that's what AT&T is doing. That's what T-Mobile is doing. And Verizon to a lesser extent because they don't grow. And actually, Verizon's business side has always been the winner for them, even during hard cores when the consumer side didn't grow much or it lost. But now we're starting to see T-Mobile taking their share, and that's a new dynamic that was never there previously. So in a post-pandemic world, and in a world where parents want their kids, their young children, to have connected devices, this is where the growth is. Otherwise, the market is generally pretty mature, but the carriers are not going to say no to either of these additions. So as we move forward, we're going to have Q4, which is, we're going to have reports, earnings calls like in January and February. We'll see if this trend continues, but I think there's probably another good couple of years of this growth like this. And then of course with kids, I mean, it's people have kids, right? That's never going to stop. And more people working for employers that allow them to have secondary lines or dedicated lines. This is a place where they can grow. So becoming more attractive to the business customer makes a lot of sense. T-Mobile seems to be doing a good job of that. AT&T as well. And I hear that big cable companies like Charter and Spectrum are also starting to do business wireless. So they're at attention, folks. They're watching, and they want your business. What do you guys think of this? I'll go ahead and link this in the description for you guys to check out if you want to see more of the details. Comment down below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. Like, share, subscribe for more, and turn on that bell notification icon to never miss an upload. And always a motivational reminder. Every day is another opportunity to be great. So go out there and be great. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Peace.